everyone, and welcome back to the Jorfity channel. So this is going to be a follow-up video to the Sjogrens video we initially did in the car as well. We're always in to go. But I felt extremely compelled to do this one. Not only did it have just, question after question after question, but you know, you don't understand the desperation until you have something like this, or you have a loved one that goes through it. So I just recently had kind of a little bit of a relapse, and I'll go into that. But I figured while I was down and in bed, I love journaling. I have like notes and notes on notes, and I just jotted down everything that's worked for me, everything that's really helped out. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So again, just a snippet. What Sjogrens is it's an autoimmune disease, and it happens. It's due to inflammation. You develop, just dryness everywhere, from your skin to your mouth, your scalp. You'll even see it like in your nail bed, your eyes. So it's really annoying, really. And then on top of that, you feel tired and just kind of sluggish, no energy. Mine is coupled with rheumatoid arthritis, which attacked my joints. So I was at a point where, again, I was like, I couldn't even pick up a backpack. I couldn't open the door of my house. Like, I had to wake my husband up, like, can you open the door so I can go to work? So it can get very dramatic, but it wasn't until I decided to go completely plant-based, plant-powered by plants. But yeah, so mostly and above all, nutrition. Even if you choose not to go vegan, that is completely your choice. But just from my perspective and what's helped me is going vegan. You have no idea the amount of just effect dairy has on you when you have Sjogrens, or any autoimmune for that matter, because of the inflammation. So me going to a plant-based diet, and this is because I treated with Dr. Sevi prior to him passing at his clinic here in LA, and he essentially puts you on a plant-based diet, whole foods, because yes, you can be vegan and unhealthy eating Oreos all day, and that's not going to give you nutrition. He just puts you on a whole, plant food, just healthy, really just feed your cells what they need. And on top of that, stuff like turmeric and bromide. And so and I did talk about this in the other video if you guys want to go watch that one, but we're here today to kind of just update what's working for me. Okay, so for sure, nutrition. I actually ran into, I don't even know how, maybe on Instagram, I follow all these doctors. I'm like obsessed with facts and notes. Dr. Brooke Goldner, she goes by Bye Lupus, and she gave like a set of 3 classes in which she tells you why it's important to kind of, when you're going through this initially, to kind of just cleanse. So even if you don't want to go vegan, if I were you, I'd go for like a 2-month cleanse and just follow her diet, and you could follow exactly what her green smoothies are all about. I can do a whole video just on that, but honestly, if this is something that is just debilitating your life, this is your life. Like, it is up to you. The information is there. A lot of these doctors have like videos on YouTube. Follow them on Instagram. Like, stop wasting your time just scrolling and looking at like dumb stuff. Like, look at stuff that actually matters, is going to change your life. So in the nutrition aspect of it, I still do it every day. My husband, like, even if I don't make it, my husband will make me one. A green juice, a must. So kale, spinach is 75% of the cup. The rest should be like a frozen banana or whatever fruit you're trying to use to sweeten the drink up, because I don't like too much greens. And then like half a cup of chia, half a cup of flaxseed. Blend it all together and just like nourish yourself. So if you listen to Dr. Goldberg's videos, she goes into a whole detail and like breaks down like what omegas, the omega-3s, omega-6s. I've met other people that have this, and it's so sad because like, oh yeah, I drink fish oil for that, and it's like, well yeah, those are not the omegas that we need, but okay, totally, what else. It's sad because just changing your diet, some people are so selfish, and it's like, I met this lady, actually, I'm I'm like totally going over here, but I met this lady and her fingers were deformed, and she had exactly what I had, Sjogrens coupled with rheumatoid arthritis. And I was like, how long have you had this? And she's like, oh, I've had it, you know, since 30. She was 60 now, and her fingers were completely crooked, and I can understand the pain because my fingers were going that way. Like some of them still like are permanently kind of a little crooked. So I was like, oh, you know, you never thought of going, you know, vegan? She's like, no, you know, they suggested it, but I could not give up meat like that. So it's like, eat meat and disgusting like hormones and pus that's in dairy and in milk, or eat a plant-based diet and have ability and have life again. So it's up to you, you know what I mean? It's your decision at the end of the day. But here we go. So for my eyes, I always have eye drops. And a little tip, I always have one in my purse, and I always have one at my bedside, because yes, you do wake up extremely like your eyes hurt. And so it got to a point where I felt like I had trash, and I was like, what is going on? And no, it's just your eye. She heard that I was suffering with the dry eye. She's like, hey, you know, this formula just came out and it's a little thicker. Totally love it. So always carry one in my purse, as well as in next to my bedside, because when you wake up, you sometimes can't even open your eyes because you feel like you have little pieces of sand, and it's just annoying. That's exactly how I can describe that. And also, so important, and it goes along with nutrition, drink lots of water. I'm not joking when I travel with, like, I have this one, I have my backup one, and then I already drank 2 in the morning that are already at home. So water is key. Like, if you're not replenishing your body, like, good luck. For skin, okay, so not only was I going through Sjogrens, but I also got off birth control because we're trying to have a baby soon. My skin went out of control. I totally like got it under control. But again, it was just kind of, don't give it so much stress, even though it was hard, because I was like, oh my god, I feel so ugly, I don't want to go out. Water, always wash your face. I actually make my own at home face mask, super easy. Oatmeal, lemon, and some people use honey, because we're vegan, we don't. So I use agave. So it's moisturizing. And if you have Sjogrens, some of us, like, literally I'll be talking to you and I'm flaking here, and I get my nose and in my eyebrows, and it's again because we're not producing that moisture. So that's one of the key masks that I do at least 2-3 times a week. Love it, like total improvement. I also try to use not like very harsh chemicals and lots of makeup and like cake it on. Like, you need to let your skin breathe and just do its own thing. It's going through a lot already. Another actually skincare line that I've tried that I absolutely love is Osea. It's OSEA. They're awesome. You could do like a little kit to just start off and see if that works for you. And then lastly, for overall skin, because yeah, you get super dry, with my regular lotion I do add on oil. So my brother gave me this argan oil one. I'll add on coconut oil, whatever, like just keep it moisturized. I always have lotion as well. So that's helped my skin. Water, drink lots of water. And then after you're all done, I also carry in my purse a little thing like this, and my brother gave me too. It's rose water, so it's just to like, you know, spritz yourself throughout the day. And then your skin is going to literally radiate depending on what you're putting into it. So if you're not eating good, then if you're eating oily food, even if it's vegan, you will break out, you will see it. But when you start eating your greens and hydrating yourself, you'll see it. Moving on to the mouth, you have to brush your teeth 3 times a day at the very minimum, and floss daily. It sounds like common sense, but let me tell you, when you have Sjogrens, because we don't have saliva, because we don't produce it, we get cavities. I was like, you want to talk about teeth person? Yes, number 1 right here. But after developing Sjogrens, the doctor's like, well, what's going on? Like, you know, and then when they finally figured it out, I told her I actually have Sjogrens. She's like, that's what it is. Saliva keeps like the bacteria, the bad bacteria out, and so with you not having it, like, there's not that protection barrier. So what I do, and I carry this in my purse as well, buy everything little so it fits. I don't carry much stuff in my purse. It's called Biotine's mouth spray. So how you apply it is super easy, and it actually gives you good breath, so that's cool to plus. So 2 to 3, like, and just spread it all throughout your mouth. Try not swallowing it, just try to let it just sit. and you could tell the difference, like so much better. You can even speak better. Like, it is life-changing. Love it. So for sure I love that one. I promise you, when I cannot stand spicy food, I didn't eat spicy food to begin with, but because of the Sjogrens, it makes your tongue kind of like extremely sensitive to anything like super lemony, anything super like balsamic vinaigrette. That was my favorite dressing. Can't eat it. And anything spicy, it's so annoying, and it's because your tongue is so dry all the time that it becomes extra sensitive. So that's another thing to be aware of. This spray, I had stopped using it because I don't know, for whatever reason, felt didn't work. Recently been back into it. Love it. One of my favorites. So for sure that. What else? Oh yes, so let's get into the interesting part. For your mouth, you will develop what are called like blocked salivary glands. So what these are, you have a couple of salivary glands throughout your, I think it's like 3 or 4, I'm not sure. But the main one that'll swell up is this one right here. So this one right here, in comparison to this one, is still a little swollen. I'm not joking, I had a ball and I couldn't eat. When I even went to the doctor's like, open your mouth, like I want to see the inside. I like could open literally this much, like, because I was in so much pain. Couldn't eat for 2 days. I got fevers. Long story short, it's part of Sjogrens. It happens. You will relapse. So I ended up going to urgent care. They had no clue what Sjogrens was. They were trying to act like they did, but they didn't. She's like, oh, I think you have mumps. I was like, no, I don't. I have Sjogrens. And she went to look at it, and then she's like, oh yeah, no, you need to go to the ER. So they actually kept me there, gave me some antibiotics through IV. I was out for a couple of days, but I did not want to take a picture with it. But here, it was swollen, like to the point where I was dying. So if this happens to you, the first times you go to the doctor, all they're gonna tell you is suck on sugar-free lemon candies, and what this is gonna do is create like a sour effect that's gonna push out the saliva, right? Like forcefully. You could also massage it if you can stand it. Like mine's still a little sensitive, so I'll show you guys with this one. What you can do is just kind of go under and push. Go under and push. To some people, this kind of makes saliva produce. That does nothing for me anymore. I'm like too far gone, so that really doesn't do much. But because when this one was swollen, what you can do is actually get a bowl of hot water, and like with a towel or whatever little cloth, just do hot compressions. The hotter you can withstand it, the better, and just to kind of help soothe it. Have a lot of juices at that point because you won't be able to eat, and then if it just doesn't get any better, then you're gonna have to end up going to the hospital, which I hate doing, but sometimes that's what it takes. I did take aspirin, which I usually don't like taking medicine, but like I said, the pain was real, so I had to take it. Oh yeah, and then I also stayed up on my teas, which are always ginger, lemon, and echinacea if I can. Okay, so let me show you guys everything that I have, and then like you guys can take pics or whatnot. So one, I believe, is an antibiotic, and then the other is steroids. This one has my information all on it, but this one is generic for clindamycin, and you can also find it as clindamycin. This one's intense. It honestly gives me nightmares and kind of gets me like amped. I had to take 6 yesterday. For the probiotics, when you're taking antibiotics, Ultimate Flora, love this. I've been using this since the beginning when I got Sjogrens and whatnot. For my throat, when you're having this issue here, this is even overall good for even when you have just sore throat. So again, you can find these at Sprouts, you can find this on Amazon. I'm an Amazon shopper. I hate going to stores. This I drink every day along with my probiotics because it just helps our immune system. Remember, you are your own immune system. And then lastly is this one. Guys, they don't taste the best, but I swear, pump it and drink water and get over it. Like, it's not that serious. So those are the supplements I take. And then lastly, the eye drops that are a must, always in my purse. The Refresh. I don't, Refresh Tears, Lubricant Eye Tears. I don't know who makes it. I guess Refresh is a brand. And then Biotin. Love this. You just spray it, leave it in your mouth, and it just gives you that moisturizer feel. I don't carry all of that in my purse. The only two that I carry in my purse are these two. The rest I just had in my car because I knew I was gonna have a little bit of time to film this for you guys, but that's pretty much it. Sorry about that interruption. So yeah, guys, stay up on your tea, stay up onto your immunity boosters, because they give you medicine. You want to make sure, especially when they give you antibiotics, to take probiotics, because what antibiotics does, you know, is just kind of clear out all the bacteria, the good and the bad. So you want to just kind of replenish. So this is what I take. Nothing crazy. Get it at Sprouts. I'm sure you can get it. I use Sensodyne Toothpaste because my teeth are extremely sensitive as of lately. And I know that there are some little like kind of pills that you can somehow stick in the back of your mouth, and at night it helps. They're called Xylamelts to reduce the dryness and create more saliva. There's also Smart Mouth and overnight gels for your eyes. I haven't tried them. Some people, I've read reviews. I'm a review reader. Some people don't necessarily like them, but you know what? Try it out. If it works for you, it works for you. Haven't tried it. And above all, attitude. If you want to have a bad attitude about this, then that's how it's gonna go. But if you kind of just like, you know what, full force, here we go, let's do what we can, then you're gonna get the best of it. Rest. Remember that your immune system is shot, so you're pretty much, it's doing its own thing, fighting itself, and then you're over here, Debbie Downer, just giving it more stress, not sleeping, not resting. That's just a combo for disaster. So remember to rest. It's okay to be home. It's okay to just relax. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And remember to sleep, because if you don't sleep, your body is not resting and trying to just kind of recuperate. And don't stress. As much as I preach on it, I have to work on that a lot, especially like when your face breaks out and like I'm like, I can't even talk, my mouth is so dry, and it's just, you know, it's the annoying things. But you got to just focus and be grateful for what you do have, and then remember to fuel your bodies. I mean, if you want it to kind of get back to normal, then you got to feed it right. So those are pretty much my pointers with what's been going on lately. If anything else comes up, then I'll do another video. But a lot of people have asked me, am I back to normal other than this little slip up? Yes. And another like little side note, if you're sick, stay home, because there's some of us that don't have an immune system that will get really sick like this. So I'm usually pretty good about like Lysoling my area and like disinfecting, but for whatever reason somebody was sick and got me, and that's what just took me down, and then just this flared up, and you know, that just all happened. So just, if you're sick, just seriously, like, stay home. Don't get the rest of people sick. It's just common courtesy. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I am back to normal. My joints, I have absolutely no issues. Again, I cut out dairy completely, and it's just been a dramatic transformation. It is something that I am willing to give up, not only for my health, but you know, there's a whole other realm of reasons why. But I don't have any joint like issues at all. Even with this flare up, it wasn't even about that. The Sjogrens seems to be a little bit more predominant. I'm trying to tweak it, and I'm learning as I go. And like I said, one of the doctors, the Goldberg, I absolutely love her. When you talk about like woman crush and all that, like, no, give me facts. I love facts. I love smart women. And if you want some smart women to follow on Instagram or social media, Dr. Goldberg, love her. You can find her as Bye Lupus. There's also Dr. Angie, love her. She just debunks all these myths, diets, and just breaks it down, gives you the real. Dr. Michelle McMacken, she's as veg_MD on Insta. You can find Dr. Mauricio Gonzalez, love his stuff. Dr. Kim Williams, Dr. Sebi's page. I mean, these are some of the people who are just pioneers in the area, and they go more into detail. I'm not a doctor. I just try to learn from them, and the information is free, guys. It's on YouTube, so when you're driving, use it. But yeah, I mean, let me know what other questions you guys have about Sjogrens, what I can help you with. I mean, we're in this journey together, and it's all about attitude and resting and fueling your body. And so yeah, hope this video helps, and love you guys, and see you next time.